Hey, how's it going? Welcome to Rockinboxes Presents this week. And guys, on the side here, there's questions. So if you want to ask our guests some questions, I would like to introduce this fantastic YouTuber. I think he's great. He's got some awesome parodies. He does wicked videos. He lives in an awesome area. Guys, please welcome to the program this week, of course, the Swedes. Hey, buddy, Chad, how's it going?
How you doing, Sean?
Good. All right. Oh, hang on. I've got my echo in the background, I think. Just give me a second and I'll click onto that and I'll turn it down. There we go. Okay.
I got kids in the background. So.
The kids are in the background. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so we've got some people already joining. Corey, Kelly, Sarah, everybody from the group. They all want to talk to you. And I've been watching you for some time now, and you've been doing a lot of live stuff. And so tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I'm the Swedes. I live in Colorado Springs. That's why I can legally smoke them. I made the YouTube channel. Carpetbagger called out trolls one day to show their face. I showed my face, and I got a good response from everybody, and I just kind of rolled with it.
That's awesome. So now you're doing parodies of the Carpetbagger, and so is it just because of the trolls that came out to essentially bug him that you would in return do something as a favor towards him, or what? How did that all come about?
Well, his videos are kind of boring, if you noticed, and so I always kind of spiced them up and made my own voiceovers anyway when I watched them and would just say stuff. But we did it one day. I was in the Woovian fan group, and we were joking around, and I made one, and it was very low quality, but I got, like I said, a good response, and then I just kind of went with it. I learned how to take the videos off of YouTube and scrub the sound and then do my own voiceovers, and it all just kind of went together. And then I got a hold of Jacob just to make sure it was okay, because the trolls were they're harsh, and I didn't want to get grouped with them just because of some of the stuff they said, death threat, things like that. I want to make sure that people understand the difference of tongue-in-cheek and a joke. And that's what I am. So.
No, it's great. So with your parodies, have you made any videos that he didn't like and asked you to take them down, or?
The first ones were pretty bad. And I did get a lot of guff, and I was cussing a lot, and the first actual one was about his cock. He was in Washington, D.C. to prove that his cock was bigger than the Washington Monument. And I thought it was funny, but it was kind of crude. So I took it back a little bit so other people could watch them that don't enjoy that.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about the Woovians group. So, we're obviously the Woovian outcast because we've been tossed out of the first group. How did it all come about for you that you got tossed out of that group?
I got in a conversation about barbecue, and I think about a roadside zoo that was kind of primitive, and they were kind of talking trash. People were arguing, and I made a meme of Jacob and Adam barbecue at the zoo, or saying that. Anyway, they called me a professional troll and booted me right. I didn't even get to argue. I was like, what? A professional troll? Do I get paid for this now? And then I found you guys, and it was just by coincidence, and you're all a bunch of good eggs. I really like that group. I've never really been involved in a group online like that, and pretty cool.
Yeah, no, we really do have like this tight-knit bunch. There's a whole bunch of them right now. They're just commenting left, right, and center. Haley Monsto, of course, she's saying, I love you, Chad. Of course, Sarah's saying cock is the first word she heard. She's so bad. Yeah, professional trolls are sexy beasts. So I'm guessing that's directed at you. So now that you've done the whole Carpetbagger thing, you've also taken it to another level with some other big YouTubers. So talk a little bit about those parodies that you put together, and why you moved on from Carpetbagger thinking, hey, maybe I'll throw these guys in as well. I know they all hang out too, so.
Other people asked me to. They were like, would you be willing to? And I was like, well, as long as I can kind of make a voice up for these people, because that's the biggest problem. I'm not an impersonator. I've never really done that. So, like, if you notice, I don't make Adam parodies because I don't sound like Adam. and it's kind of hard for me to keep in character. Even the carpetbagger, I just like his character that I made up. He's just a 1930s gangster. It's so stupid. But I don't know. I made a couple. I did one of Jordan, and that was around the time that the trolls had death threaded him, and he asked me to take it down, and I did. I mean, I'm not gonna get, like I said, wrapped up into those kind of. I don't want people to think that that's coming from me. But who else have I done a couple of? I've done a couple that I don't know. I just like doing them. It's funny.
Dan Bell.
More of a reach by doing that.
Everybody's saying Dan Bell.
Oh, Dan Bell. Yeah. Well, Dan Bell, he needed to be done. You know,
he needed to be
and
done.
everybody gives him such credit for his quality, and he does have good quality. Don't get me wrong, but that's because he has a really nice camera. And that voice stuff he does, it isn't that hard to do, man. You just got to muffle it a little bit. But I don't know. Dan does good work. I was cool watching him go up like he did, because I was watching him probably when he had like 30,000 subs, and now he has what, 300,000. So that's pretty cool.
So
I don't know. I like all these guys.
Sorry to interrupt. What was that?
I like all the guys that I make parodies of, by the way. I think I have respect for what they do.
Oh, absolutely. And you do a really good job of it. So for you, how long does it take you to do a parody when it's, you know, you have to download their video, upload it, whatever, and then how long does it take you to actually, you know,
15 minutes, 15 minutes sitting down.
A script of what you're going to say, sorry.
That part's 15 minutes to get it all ready, but then to actually sit and do the voice, it's so hard because if you watch my other videos, you've seen my 2-year-old. He doesn't quit. So when I do get the time finally to sit down and do these, I fall asleep. I'll drink a beer and fall asleep. So that's my biggest obstacle right now, is finding time to do them.
Right. So you do have children. How hard is it to, you know, do videos when they're around? I mean,
it's pretty much impossible. It's impossible. You know, when I put the sound over even my vlogs, when I put the music over, that's sometimes 4, 5, 6 times, and it's only because somebody walks in the room, somebody comes up and says something, and I have to start over, because I'm doing it kind of primitive too. I mean, I learned all this stuff on the fly. I started doing this in May, so
I watched one of your live videos, or you and I were talking before, and you said that you had a YouTube channel before with, like, you know, lots of subscribers, 10,000 or something.
It was 8,000, but I didn't use it. I didn't use it like this. I kind of just use it for a dumping ground of videos. So I was always getting copyright strikes back then and such, but I didn't utilize it like it could have been at all. I didn't even realize you could. And then one day I logged in and it was gone. So
right on. So you're doing lots of live videos now, and essentially you like to smoke pot. You are a pot smoker. So I wanted to touch a little bit on that. In Colorado, it's legal in Colorado, correct?
Yes, yes. I just have to keep my pot in a cabinet that's locked and it has a key, so my children don't get near it, and I do. And they respect it. They understand it. It's like alcohol. They don't, you know, they don't want to. My daughter gets mad when she sees me making videos even. She's like, Dad, you got to smoke pot. And I'm like, well, I do smoke pot, so who gives a fuck?
And tell me about the puppet. Where did that all come about? How did he come into the scene of the Swedes parodies or the videos?
The puppet's a creepy situation because it showed up at my door. UPS sent it to me, and there was no return address. And I thought it was from Nashville, Tennessee, and I thought it was from Mark Fun Jones, because we were doing that little parody thing.
Right.
And I was creeped out because I was like, how to get my address? And no one's fessed up to it yet. So that's a little odd.
Yeah, that's a bit strange. So Corey was asking about Coates 9500.
Oh yeah. Coates was one of the first people I started doing parodies of. And they were pretty mean too, because these contents are the bottom dwellers of YouTube, and just some of the things they say and do. I mean, Coates is he's not a bad guy. I think he actually may be autistic, so I kind of quit poking at him. But he picks up girls from Backpage. He lives in his van, and he's very proud of the food that he eats. And so, just trust me, go to Coates with an E, 9500, and just, oh God, it's the weirdest. But you'll watch him. You will.
And he's kind of like the draw you in.
Dude, he just tells you about his sandwich, and you listen, and it's weird. And
so
the things he says.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, just I like the bottom of YouTube. I watch some people that are really just, what are they posting this stuff for? And you kind of got to make fun of it when they do it. You're like, really? Sandwiches? I mean, there was 3 nights in a row he showed a chicken sandwich. So by the 3rd night, I started making videos of him having sex with chicken sandwich. And that was the whole point. I made them all kind of like sexy music, and I don't know.
Corey says when he fucks Subway sandwiches. I don't even know. I don't want to delve into that, but it sounds freaking. It sounds like a.
Well, it was all Backpage
American
stuff, like getting these prostitute girls, and then he went on to these chicken sandwich videos, and I was like, "Are you fucking them too?" And that was kind of where it went. But
so right now, who are your favorite YouTubers? We'll talk about Black Bigot in a little minute because he's an awesome guy as well. But who are your favorites, absolute favorites that you watch on a regular basis?
well, yeah, everybody said Adam because Adam is Adam. I like Carpetbagger. Like I said, you have to change him around a little bit. Those are 2 of my favorites. I like your stuff, Sean. You post a lot of stuff. I don't understand why you never get views, but you're posting good quality stuff.
Hey.
There's just how do you pronounce his name? Bram Bones in our group. He does good shit. And there's just a lot of people I don't know. I watch, and then I watch people, like I said, they're not. I don't want to give them a shout out, even they're so bad quality, but I'm drawn to them, and that would be like Coates and stuff. Camper Van Elvis. I watch his stuff too, and I feel bad about it.
It's funny. You'll do a parody, and I'll watch, and now you've got the interest. I really don't follow the Carpetbagger. I did watch him maybe twice, and that was because I heard of him through Adam a long time ago. So how did you get involved with YouTube initially? Was it Adam? Who inspired you to start doing YouTube videos, honestly?
Well, I made vlogs. I had a GoPro and stuff, and then I kind of made these vlogs. Nobody watched them. I always joked about it for about the first 3 years this channel was up. There were vlogs, and they got no views at all. There was 44 people that were subbed, and I knew personally 4 of them had died. So it was like I have 44. Anyway,
long story.
I know, but when you don't have an audience, you don't want to. It doesn't make you want to go forward. So I made these ones to be funny. People liked them. People talk in the comments, and it makes me want to keep going with it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Gave me momentum, and I just want to keep making them now and making funnier ones and better quality. So
yeah, well, that Mark Fun Jones part was really cool, where you got in the car and you see the car tail, you know, all
that. A controversial video as well. People thought I really drank and drove. Now, come on.
No.
It was a bottle with water, and if you actually look at that video, notice there's absolutely no bubbles in it, and that's because I'm not really chugging 40s in 2.5 minutes. I'm almost 40 years old.
Yeah.
Your body doesn't really.
No. But it was funny because you hauled ass, you took off out of there, and I'm like, okay, I got to stay tuned because this looks really great. It was just like that whole, now let's talk a little bit about Black Bigot, that whole incident where you guys were going back and forth. I know everybody knows it was just...
well, it was fake, but, you know, like my wife was kind of worried at first when I went to meet him because she was like, you know, you don't know the guy, you don't know his real name, and what if he's really upset with you for the things you said? And then I kind of started thinking that on the drive. I was like, if I pull up and he punches me in the ear or something, this is going to suck. But so now check this out. He jumped in the car and we start talking, and it was just like us, and we're driving along, and that's when that bike accident happened, and he jumped right out and took charge of the situation. And it was really cool to see that happen, especially meeting someone not even 15 minutes into it. And it was pretty impressive. So he talks a lot of trash and stuff, but he really cared when that guy was hurt.
I really enjoy his content. I mean, he's a straight up, you know, he's a straight shooter. He tells it like it is. You know, it would be great if we could have gotten him on the program tonight, but maybe in the future we'll all hook up and we'll do something for sure.
And that's why we didn't finish our compilation videos and stuff. He's just kind of a flaky a little bit when it comes to it, but I think that if he put his mind to it, he could definitely be a comedian, something bigger than what he is, just because of his personality.
Absolutely. Now talk about a little bit about your backdrop where you are in Colorado. You've got some really beautiful areas that you go to, and you take us along the trails, and especially your backyard where you've got the creek going and everything. Where's your favorite spot to go to in Colorado in and around your area?
Well, I live right by my favorite spot. It's called Cheyenne Canyon, and
Okay.
it's Cheyenne Mountain. You can Google any of this. It's seven falls, waterfalls, and they're not the waterfalls you guys got, but there's another place called Helen Hunt Falls, and you can go up to that, and that's literally like 3 miles from my house. And I got lucky, and I got into a really nice little house in a yuppie neighborhood. Like I shouldn't be in this neighborhood, but I got here so I could get my kids into their school district. And like I live 20 yards probably from the creek, and it's just beautiful. So I don't know. I just like it here a lot.
It is. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it is a beautiful spot. And you have a question from, I'm going to say it's Jay Watterson 69. He said that he just recently got a brand new computer or something like that to actually get on to talk to you. But he's asking, where are the shelters?
Oh, there's shelters up on NORAD. They're right by my house. I live at the base of NORAD Mountain, which is the North American Defense System or whatever. And there's a big, huge bomb shelter built into the side of the mountain up there. And I mean, it's literally just right out my door. But the other place where there was shelters, I know I've been talking about on live stream, it's called Red Rock Open Space. And the people that own the land, their last name was Brock. And they built bomb shelters during the Cold War. And the parks officials claim that they're gone, but I found them and they're totally still there. And they have a pumping system in them as well. So it's pretty kind of odd.
So are you more of a, would you just stick with doing the parodies instead of actually, hey, look at what I found? Or, you know what I mean? I know you do
Well, I
that
like to mix it up. I mean, it's just like my own TV channel. I kind of like this. That's how I think of it. You know, I get to do whatever I want. And so one day you could go on, it's a vlog about me and my kids. And the next day you go on, it's a parody. And that's why I like to kind of spice it up a little bit, because I get bored with the same stuff from some people.
Yeah, that's the way I try and do it. I've got the 12 o'clock rocks, and then I got my regular vlogs, and then on top of that, I do these interviews where I, you know, it keeps the interest. Everybody's like, hey, who's he gonna have next week, or you know. So in Colorado, you know, what do you what would you do if you didn't video? Like, I mean, would you just still do the same sort of thing? Go walking on, you know, nature trails looking for
That's all I do. That's all we do. I kind of suffer from a bit of depression, so to keep myself like occupied, hiking is definitely, and around here everybody's healthy and hikes, and so I do hiking / jogging 3 to 4 times a week. I just try to keep in shape, and I do that a lot. I usually don't even vlog that as much because I think people were kind of getting bored with it.
Right.
There's so much to do around here, though.
So Corey was asking, what would be the bear population? I know you showed a picture that one time of the bear ripping off. You're pulling your garbage can.
There's a bear. There's a bear behind my house. I live right next to Bear Creek, so there's bears. They're black bears, though. They're pretty much big raccoons. And the ones that are bad that they know about, they'll put a big collar on them that's like a size of a hose for like a fire hose, and there'll be a big box on it, and then they can track those guys.
Oh yeah.
So they're just dumpster diving. That's all they do is they go around and they eat your garbage.
Yeah, I think I told you about that. In Northern Ontario, they up here, the black bears are really bad for that. Of course, they're dumpster divers, they're scavengers, you know. So of course, Jay Watterson 69 is asking. He says, ask him about UFOs. So have you had any encounters? Have you ever seen anything weird? I know you posted a video one time of something in the mountains.
I see little dots go up and down to NORAD all the time, and I record it, and the quality of it never shows what it feels like to see it. So yeah, I do. I see them all the time. There's little orbs that flash in and out and go up and down the mountain. Looks like they're doing something up there. I don't know. I have a telescope now, but
is that all off limits? You can't get up. Is it
no,
like
you drive up there, and there's guards up there with machine guns standing. And if you hike too far, they'll come out because the ground has sensors in it, and they're like immediately there if you walk too far. Yep.
Wow.
Like I said, it's right by
that.
I haven't had any encounters with them because I just stay clear of there. I know what's coming.
You know it's there. Now, yeah. These other shelters that you were talking about, are they accessible to the public? Like, have you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go there.
You've seen them, but
I'm not. You're not trespassing, And I'm going to go there and actually do a video. It's just really hard because I have the 2-year-old with me
Sure.
and a tunnel, you know, and even with the big kid, I don't really want to teach him to go climbing into abandoned tunnels and then one day he doesn't come home or something. That's why my urban exploring isn't that deep.
We'd like to know about Panda. Now that is very creative and fun. So obviously you must have been at Walmart. So I don't know. Tell us about Panda.
Yeah, that's just it. We put it on Walmart. My kids, I kind of get high strung, and I was in Walmart especially. It was the end of the night. I had all of them, and all of a sudden they were having like a dance off as pandas. So we had to bring one home.
So then you just said, screw it, I'm going to put it on my head and I'm going to do some fun stuff with this. And that's creative. I mean, geez, you know, everybody's loving Panda. So
well, a panda coffee break, and it's adorable. And it is, and people are like making reference to Jackass because, and they did. That's exactly why I played that song in my first video, because Jackass, when they're in Japan and they dress like pandas and they skate through the city and wreck it. Yeah, I love that.
All right, so you make a lot of references to Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, big 12 inches. He's different here.
Big 12 inches, yeah. Talk about big 12 inches.
You know, he's here. He killed the deer behind my house the other night, I'm pretty sure. I could hear it out there, and it was crazy.
Really?
And I think I saw him twice, but at the same time, I'm pretty much sure it was a guy in a ghillie suit. But then I'm still kind of questioning why I saw a guy in a ghillie suit twice when I was hiking as well.
Yeah. But, all right, let's talk about guys in ghillie suits. Let's talk about trolls. You had some jerk that came on your site there and was saying all kinds of crap to you and all that. How did you deal with it? And you know, I mean, obviously we all move on, but
well, the first troll I dealt with, okay, they really bothered me. In retrospect, it kind of bothers me a little bit because I only had the 44 subs, and he was saying really mean shit to me. And then I wonder later, how many people has he chased off that were trying to get a start on this thing, and you know, they put themselves out there, and then he's just making them miserable because he was doing that to me, and I'm thick-skinned. So I asked him to please quit. I asked him nicely more than once, and he continued, and he got worse and worse with it, and he was making reference to my children.
Wow.
And I understand, like Dave Hughes says, if you put your family, you put that out there, people, and they are. I get you can say what you want.
Yeah.
But I can also do what I want and fucking figure out who the fuck you are. So I found out who he was. And it was weird because I used to troll like on 4chan in the early computer days when it was completely anonymous. And well, we trolled to be funny, number one. And that was the whole point. It wasn't to hurt people, to make mean comments. And then number two, we were anonymous. We didn't have, this guy had videos of himself. So he was fighting with a landlord. So I tracked him down because he said the name of the town he was in. He said it was a trailer park. So I looked up the trailer parks. He said the guy's name while they were arguing. The first trailer park I called, I said, hey, do you remember this guy about a year and a half ago? Put a camera in your face. Said he was going to make you YouTube famous and all. And he gave me all the guy's information. So then I asked the guy to please quit, or I was going to give his information out, and he still hasn't. And there's 2 spellings of his name. That's the only thing I'm off on. But anyway, I don't know. And I mean, if he wants to stop, that's cool. I'll be cool with him. I'm not going to keep pushing it forward. He obviously has problems. But
yeah, I find that a lot with trolls. They just can't let people be and try and be creative and try and move the way they want to move. And you know,
and it's unbalanced. Okay, when I'm showing my face and I'm showing my kids and I'm telling you about my life, and you're talking shit, but your name is Piss Jug, I really don't even know how to talk shit to you, because how are you going to degrade, or that's what you're calling yourself? And then you have no subscribers. You don't care about your channel. A strike against your channel means nothing because so the balance is off, and that's what I don't like there.
Yeah. And they usually don't have very many subscribed. They either have one that's a friend of theirs that's subscribed, or they don't even have any, and they're
or anything. Their fake profile. And
yeah, did you see the video? Sorry, did you see the video with the other day about was it Jacob about trolls or whatever?
Yeah, and they were calling his house.
Yeah,
and it's funny because another YouTuber that I like, his name is Bone Clinks. We actually tracked that troll because we figured out who he was, and he's just a sad guy. Same thing. We figured out I mean, he walked to his own house and he videoed, and you could see the address, and it was a trailer park as well. I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, I don't know. It was just, I mean, you don't. Why would you? Jacob said that he has a 94-year-old man living at his house. Why would you harass somebody that has a 90? Why?
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Even when I'm mad at people, I don't do that. What was that? I'm sorry.
Exactly. No, that's okay. No problem. I keep interrupting. Talk about Adam the Woo a little bit. We all started out. I mean, that's how I came out of my shell. My mom, God bless her soul, rest her soul. She's been gone now 5 years this year coming. And when I first initially found him, I was binge watching like crazy. How about yourself? Well, how did you come across Adam, and what was your favorite couple of favorites?
The Orlando under the dome when he went through the sewers. I think that was one of the first ones I saw of him. And then I was like, I kept thinking that I had met this guy. I think I have at a show he played in 2014 I was at, but I can't really say I did because it was before, but it all kind of clicked. I was like, the dude from Guttermouth is making these, what? And then I started watching because I love Guttermouth. I love NoFX.
Right.
I love the Vandals. And I classify all, and to find out that he was so straight-laced and such a good guy, because Guttermouth is like a band that has songs about S&M, drug use. I mean, some of my hardcorest punk rock friends back in the 90s, that was their t-shirt. That was the patch they wore, was Guttermouth. So for it to be Adam the Woo, I don't know. So it was cool. But yeah, Adam, I don't know. I just think his stuff is good. I mean, a lot of people want to hate on him and stuff, but I don't see really why. He's done good with what he's done.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. He's when I watched that him going through those tunnels into the Amway Center, I was like, my gosh, man, that was mind blowing. My favorite one is Highlight, when he went to the Highlight building and he was going in and you saw the stadium where where they had it was the off track betting, I guess. Yep. And that was a fantastic video. But so do you still watch him on a regular basis, or do you watch him just now and then? Because like, I mean, you've got your child, you're busy, you're doing stuff.
Well, no, see, I have to do so many little chores around the house no matter what my day. And this is the thing about these guys I found is their videos are perfect for like when you're doing dishes or laundry or so I have my sub page. I don't really watch TV. I get my news here on YouTube as well. And I like how I can watch it when I want to. And so it's just cool. No, I watch Adam every single day, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing how he's gotten progressively, more fame, and it's kind of, he doesn't do the most exciting things any longer. That's kind of true. But how are you going to keep doing that for 5 years? I mean, you can only climb in so many tunnels.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. So, when you go to other states, do you travel outside of Colorado, often, or do you just?
New Mexico sometimes. I was going to do a trip down there. I was actually going to do a vlog that was actually not being funny, and I was going to go down to where the Utes had built their dwellings and stuff like that. But that goes down into New Mexico, and no, I do not take weed with me. I actually only really smoke. I smoke weed a lot. It appears on YouTube because that's what I'm doing when I'm on here. Right. But I only smoke weed a few times a day. And I don't do it when I'm around my kids because not only, I mean, I could, it's legal here to do it, but it's a buzzkill. They're fucking, seriously, you get really high and then you got to go change a diaper. I say that all the time because it fucking sucks. So yeah, I usually wait till like 8 or 9 at night. Or if I get a break, you'll see I'll make these videos at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. But that's different, I mean, that's when they're like with a babysitter, they went to the library for a few hours. I'll smoke a joint.
Yeah, and just don't mistake in that piece of brown for a brownie, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, we are very adamant about those too. Everything's really put away.
Oh no, I meant your child's.
Oh yeah. No, I haven't got that.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah. That's the worst part about being a parent.
Do you get the munchies? Do you get the munchies a lot?
Dude, have you seen my body? I've had the munchies since I was 14. Like I eat like a fucking, I don't know, I intake a week's worth of calories sometimes in one night. It's really bad.
Yeah,
that's why I run it.
It's not good.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, one time I ate like a half a lasagna.
Yeah. Corey was asking about the jackass stunt. Coming down the mountain? What was that all about?
The one where I rode my skateboard and ate shit. I don't know. That was a pretty bad story I told some people, I think. I've been pretty intoxicated during my live streams and said maybe a little bit of stuff I probably shouldn't have. When you mention the live streams, I cringed inside because I'm like, so I've taken a note from Carpetbagger and I instantly put those on lockdown. I'm going to go back and review what I said.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, exactly. Like the other night at the Hangout. Oh my gosh. So other than that, I mean, you get all your stuff off of YouTube and you don't watch TV. Do you like movies? Do you like do you like that world, or do you just like this?
Oh yeah,
world of YouTube?
I think I watch every movie there is, but I have some like cult favorites that I love. Like I'm totally a Mad Max fan. That's my thing. Like when everybody else was Star Wars, I wanted everything to end down here, and I kind of thought it was always going to. They kind of prepared us for it back then, and it never happened. I don't know.
We had the car here for the Comic-Con. That was really cool. The Mad Max car, 2 years ago. That was wicked. When I saw your picture with you holding a dog walking down the road, dude, I love that.
I had a dog that looked like Mad Max at one point, and I loved her. She was with me all the time, and I just did things. I don't know. I just always loved that movie. It just really inspired little stupid things in my life. The reason I drive the Subaru. Jim Goose drives a Subaru in the first Mad Max.
Yeah.
Flip his car and burn him to death. His is a Brumby, but it's not it's not a Brat. Anyway, I've loved the Brat ever since. Just dumb shit like that gets in your head sometimes and it doesn't leave.
Yeah, yeah. So other than YouTube, do you have any other hobbies? Do you like to read? Do you like, is there, obviously you spoke about your love of music. Hobbies.
Sci-fi books I love. I live right by Robert Heinlein's house, where he lived when he wrote Starship Troopers. I've made reference to this a lot because he was looking up there while they were building NORAD.
Oh, yeah.
And he was writing these books. And he wrote Have Spacesuit Will Travel, and it's about this kid that wins a lottery to have a spacesuit and a raffle, and he goes into outer space and gets into all these adventures because the spacesuit's so expensive. And it was just amazing to me. So then when I got to live by his house and see the view of the mountains, and the creek that went through his yard is the same creek that's behind our house. It's pretty fucking rad. But just hiking and stuff like that. I have the kids, so I used to do a lot of art, but my 2-year-old will disassemble something I made in 3 days, and it's sitting in my room drying in about a second and a half. So I've kind of put that on hold.
Oh yeah, the postcards that you do, right?
Oh, I'll do postcards. If you want any postcard, give me 3 words, and I will draw you something from it and mail it to you. And you don't have to join my Patreon or anything.
Oh, you see, that's amazing. So you do have a Patreon if anybody wants to donate to you?
No, I think maybe some people have said that I should do something like that, but I don't think so. Maybe if I get bigger one day, I'll do something like that.
Yeah. Are you gonna?
Right now.
Sorry. Are you gonna put out the T-shirts that you were talking about?
I think that would be cool if I could do something with. I need to just sit down and look at how to do the Spreadshirt. Then these sites are they're easy, but they're time consuming. You got to sit there for like a good hour or two to really get what you're doing. And an hour or two with my baby around is kind of.
Are you there?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's just I haven't done it yet. The site's just I got to sit and think about what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, I honestly believe you are a really great guy, and you're very talented when it comes to your videos. You're getting better. That's how it goes. Same with me. I got better as time went on too. I appreciate your comments towards me on my videos. I do my best. I put out the best content I can. And you know what? I really appreciate your time here. Well,
I appreciate this, man. This is pretty rad. I've never been interviewed for anything. I was pretty nervous. I don't get nervous. And I was talking to you, and I hung out on Hangouts before, so it was like,
yeah.
But yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, the good thing is that we know each other, and if obviously people that are watching from YouTube, my people or whatever, and you haven't subscribed to the Swedes, go and subscribe to him, and come on over and check me out. I've got
over here.
What's that?
Watch me do some pull-ups and shit.
Who wants you to do pull-ups?
I said they can watch me do some pull-ups and shit. Come over
Oh
to my
yeah,
channel.
and push-ups.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, did you get nailed because you played? Oh my gosh, that compilation CD. I had that one too with the Get Ready for This and that whole
Yeah, I got a
rock.
copyright strike on it, but it was those copyright strikes just mean you can't moderate your video. So I take those. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they say just a heads up or whatever. You're not going to.
Oh, I have a whole album of messages telling me that. But like I said, you learn. I didn't realize I was doing something wrong at first, doing a lot of the stuff that I did.
Yeah, I'll tell you something really funny. I mentioned it on 12 O'Clock Rocks the other day that I did Police Academy. I did the filming locations in Toronto. And I put it on YouTube and I got nailed with this. Now, what they did was they took the actual film itself because I clipped in where the film was. Hey, this is such and such part where Steve Guttenberg's standing on. And then I clipped in the movie. They silenced every single piece except for me.
When I read about the copyright or fair usage, I thought you could use clips under 12 seconds as long as you were making reference to them. And so that's what I don't understand. Like if you were doing like say a news and you were showing that, it would be acceptable. So that's pretty much what you were doing. So I don't get why but it's an algorithm that's finding this shit and fixing it. It's not a person.
No, yeah.
And have you taken advantage of the Creator Studio here where you can actually email them? Because when I got hit with those MGTOW dudes they were those men going their own way, I made a video and I got hit and they were telling me they were reporting my video. You can go look at it yourself on the video. And so I screen snipped it and I emailed it to YouTube and they actually emailed me back within a few hours and told me that they would watch to make sure that I wasn't getting false flagged. So
wow, that's something else. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind next time because sometimes I'm like looking and going. Well, for the Superman 2 video locations that I did, they nailed me because I used the music from the actual film itself. But I could only find, believe it or not, on YouTube the French copy. I couldn't find the English copy of. So I turned down the whole thing, and then you see me put in the music, and you see Margot Kidder jumping in the water, and then I'm standing on the boardwalk where Clark Kent or Christopher Reeve standing. But yeah, man, they nailed me. But whatever, I don't care.
I've had a couple of my subscribers do guitar riffs for me, and then I'll like replay them in clips and use those as my background sound now to get around the copyright thing, and or on a piano. And that's really a thing good to utilize too, because then you can throw their names in there and give them a shout out for their musical talent. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah, right on. That is really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna just we're gonna say goodbye, and a couple of people wanted to ask. So someone was saying, Corey was asking, will you have the chance to meet Adam when he comes back towards California? Do you think you guys will hook up? Will you try and contact him?
Yeah, well, he's in Nebraska right now, and I was thinking maybe that he's probably going to pop up here, actually, to tell the truth. He's made some comments about telling the carpetbagger to come over here, and I've talked to him, so I don't know. We'll see. That would be kind of neat if he would. I'll take him to this old arcade. It's a penny arcade, and we'll go up there and we'll check that out in a really cool neighborhood.
Yeah, right on. And do you know this gentleman, Jay Watterson, 69? Do you know him?
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I know Corey. Corey is a really awesome guy. Corey's one of the reasons that I even felt like keep going, because he would do really cool stuff. He'd give me shout outs. He would give me screen snips of when other people gave shout outs. He would show. It was really cool, man. I really appreciate that, bro.
Yeah,
made me feel like at home kind of with it. So
well, I'm a proud admin at your group, and I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much. Corey is as well as Valerie. She's here. She says you should, or who said? Oh, Jen Peace. I don't know if you. I'm going to have her on the program here. She writes books. She also says, hey, you should get some hats as well. Glenn says he would definitely get some or one, cool. And so would Jen Peace. So.
Well, I could draw some up and we could do some sort of art contest and you guys could tell me, or someone could send in what they want and show if they want to change stuff up, or I don't know, we'll figure something out with it. So what's pretty cool about YouTube is the interaction. So.
Yeah, that's the one thing I really like about everything. Jen says, thank you. Aaron is an admin as well. Aaron Baxter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that guy. And I'm going to use a song that he did for me, actually. So a shout out there with him. He did Busted by Johnny Cash for me, a cover. And it's going to be me with my broke down car. It's going to be great.
That's great. I'm going to tell Val, hey, Val, you got to wait until I interview Jen. So she's coming up on the program, okay? Just Aaron, it says. Yeah, Valerie, don't ask any questions. Wait for the interview. So anyway, yeah, thanks a lot, Chad, for coming on. The Swedes guys, go check him out on YouTube. You know what? I'll let him tell you where you can go find him.
The Swedes on YouTube. You come look for this big fat head or the carpetbaggers, and you click on one of those really lame memes that I use for the cover, and that you'll get right in.
Right on. And yeah, comment and like his stuff. He's really great. And I'm
come there if you hate me too. I don't care.
What's that?
I said come there if you hate me even. I don't care.
Give him the thumbs down all the way. Yeah. Show him love, boys. Show him love, man. He's really a cool cat. And this was a great interview. Thanks a lot for coming on. And you know, maybe later on next year we'll do another. We'll get together and we'll do another one of these and see where you're at that point.
Well, kick
Maybe
ass,
I'll
man.
be up
I really
there.
appreciate it, and I appreciate all you guys out there too.
All right, so for me, as I say at the end of my videos, be good to one another, and you guys, we'll see you on the next show. I believe Jen Peace is my next interview. Jen, is that right? And well, it's okay. Well, it's okay because we're all a YouTube family here. So, Chad, couple last words?
Just get over to my channel. I don't know. Have a good day, guys.
All right. Take care.